Starting in goal will be Christian Novak for the Czech select team. And for the Spartans, it is going to be Josh Ward. 3 goalkeepers will be seeing action in this exhibition matchup. Josef Vivial, who is from the Czech Republic, being introduced along with Jackson Edwards for the Spartans right now. And also number 29, Trevor Castino. Cam Reed being introduced as well. And we'll get, as the game progresses, we'll certainly be mentioning the Czech select team as we go along. Logan Dappridge, Josh Ward starting in goal. Kyle Richards, the head coach of the Spartans. This is an exhibition game. The regular season starting up later on in a couple of weeks. We're at the Spartan Arena on this Sunday afternoon.
Is the Czech University Select, an elite group of college hockey players from Czech University Hockey League in the Czech Republic. To celebrate this amazing opportunity for international hockey here at Spartan Arena, Castleton forward number 15, a native of the Czech Republic, will present a Spartan jersey to select.
And Josef Vivial, who has played with a few of the members of the Czech select team here. And right now, that is David Rohrbach and Josef Vivial meeting at the red line in front of the scores table here. And the team shaking hands before the start of this game. The Spartans in the white and green, and the Czech Republic, the select all-star team, the Czech University all-star team in the red and white. National anthem of the Czech Republic, and then the Czech, after that, the American national anthem. And we're set to go in this exhibition game as the Czech Republic, the Czech Republic University select team. Czech University selects. It's number 32, Christian Novak, starting in goal for the Czechs. And Josh Ward here in the first period for the Spartans. The Spartans will be going right to left here in the first period. And it'll be the Czechs going left to right. Czechs on a exhibition tour, taking on many Division I college teams, Yale and Cornell, a couple of examples. Of course, Castleton in Division III. And a nice crowd on hand for this exhibition matchup. And several new players as we go along that are on the Castleton team now. The Vial will be up with Edwards, also Castino out there. Michael Benish is out there. And also Yaroslav Pouzar and Popple. Also is Piskach. As we're underway, also out there is Peter Popple, we mentioned, is quickly in the Czech end. The Spartans keep it in for a moment at the line. Goes to the far side, cleared out. Piskach clears at the length of the ice, and this is an icing called against the Czechs. In goal is Christian Novak for the Czechs. Face off to the right of Novak. Vivial. And Michael Benish. Goes toward the corner. It's in the Czech zone. We're just underway. You're watching the Flow College Network. It was the first year coming up for the Spartans in the Little East Conference in hockey. As that's cleared out, it didn't quite get out to center. Kept in by Dappridge. And from the slot, the save made off that shot from Edwards. Bonik is out there, and David Yindra. Trying to get to as many players as we can. Number 18 is McCarty on the draw for the Spartans. And a turnaround shot from the high slot goes wide. That was David Coyle, one of the newcomers. Coyle getting it back again. Coyle back to McCarty and behind the net. And that shot went right across the crease. Is taking a shot there was Jacques Barbardi, who had a great year last year. And his first year, Klatt with it. And we got a call coming up here. And the first penalty of the game, and it will go against the Czech Republic. The Spartans will be going on the power play. It's Tomas Panik. So the Spartans on the power play. Number 26 is Robson. Now Reed right circle, and the save made by Novak. It was an interference call, the penalty on, again, Panek, as the Spartans are on the power play. Back out to Robson at the point. That's Matthews, another newcomer. I believe he's out there for the Spartans. Now quickly into the zone, Chakrabarty. And it's cleared out by the Czech Republic. Another player in there on the forecheck, David Coyle on the power play. Minute 12 left on the Spartan power play. Scoreless in the early going. 18 minutes to go in the first period. Number 12 is Mesterhazy, and that's picked off by Stepan Rehal. Cleared back into the Spartan zone as Ward leaves it for Logan Dappridge. And Rehal almost got to it at the top of the slot. Spartans do clear it out to center. Knocked back the other way for a moment was Piskach, but here's Castino from the left circle, fires in wide. Comes around far side. It's Edwards, lost an edge. Back out to Dappridge along the blue line. Now the shot from the left circle was Vivial. It was tipped to the end boards. 18 seconds left in the Castleton power play. They're all bunched up at the end boards in the Czech zone, and here come the Czechs back the other way. It's Rehal. Rehal fires around in behind Ward. Backboard, it is Castino. Penalty over, both teams at full strength. Castino over the line. Now it's poked away. Jobanek back the other way on the left wing. Cutting in is Yindra. In behind the net, number 34 is Niko Charchi. Niko Charchik. And the midpoint, that shot fired in wide. Coming in for Jobanek. Number 26 is Orsic. As the Czech Republic putting on a little bit of pressure here. And they're trying to send it toward the slot and kept in nicely at the line by Orsic. Behind the net, now it's Yindra. High slot sends it to the left circle, and the pass intended for Neo Kucharchik. And it went to the corner. Spartans try to clear it out and poke it up to center and all the way in to the Czech zone, and it's going to be an icing call against Castleton. Scoreless with 15:52 to go here in the first period. Of course, a lot of newcomers for the Spartans, this being an exhibition game. Tyler Burke is number 10. Number 2 is Sam Knight. I mentioned a player that was out there for a moment. I was trying to familiarize myself with the first-year players for the Spartans, or first year playing for the Spartans. This is Jack Linton. Sends it across, but back to play it as Vavrik for the Czech Republic. Dropped it into the Spartan zone as Knight got it out to center to Mesterhazy. Got wrapped up near the Czech line. Still a battle for it. A little scrum going on along the far boards. They're going to dig it out there. It was Atkinson for the Spartans, and then he chased it toward the corner, but the Czechs controlling, kept in by Cedric Theodore. At the left point, Atkinson sent it in behind the net. That's Jason Atkinson, number 11, certainly a veteran for the Spartans. Still in the Czech zone, and on the chase, that's Anthony Percy. Shovels it in behind the net. Number 22 is Marcus Palomo, another newcomer. Back out to Knight. Sam Knight back into his own zone. Is deflected into the Czech zone. Ala, number 19. It's right in front. Little scramble. It's, again, number 22. It's Marcus Palomo on a chase. Goes to the ice in behind the Czech goaltender. And we got a call coming up here. It's going to be a tripping call with 14:21 to go in the first period. It's scoreless from the Spartan Arena. And it's going to go against the Czechs. It's going to go against number 29, Adam Berner. Face off to the right of Christian Novak. Taking the draw for the Spartans is Mesterhazy. Number 7 is Dappridge on the power play. The second power play opportunity for the Spartans here as they work it around. And that pass intended for Castino all the way back into the Spartan zone. Castino gets it back on the pass, back in his own zone. Cross ice to Vivial. Vivial from the Czech Republic for the Spartans. Josef Vivial playing against some former teammates, and certainly he knows many of the players on the Czech team. Vivial sends it down low, and on the short side, the shot from Edwards and the save made by Novak. Spartans have unofficially 3 shots on goal. The Czechs 2, 1:17 left in the Spartans' second power play. 13:38 to go here in the first period. McCarty is on to take the draw. McCarty is out there along with David Coyle. And also out is Luke Chakrabarty for the Spartans. They're up front. Reed is on a point, and also Aiden Robson at a point. McCarty back to Robson in his own zone. Deflected far side came Reed in behind the net for the Spartans as he starts it up the middle, up to center ice. Shovels it across McCarty far side. He fires around. It goes toward the corner. Trying to clear it there is Novak. There's a few Novaks. Philip Novak. McCarty. Send it to Reed. McCarty sends it across. The quick shot and the save made. Nice save there. Chakrabarty. Back out to Robson at the left point. 32 seconds left on the power play. McCarty all the way to the near side. Chakrabarty. Now back out to the high slot. That's Robson. A wrister through traffic. Rattles off the glass. It goes to Reed. He shoots it in wide. David Coyle sends it back out to Chakrabarty. Now across to Robson, and he fires wide, and fanning on the rebound off the boards was McCarty. 7 seconds left on the power play for the Spartans. Their second of the game. Reed, right circle. Reed sends it off the near boards. Chakrabarty, the penalty over. Both teams at full strength. Reed fans on it at the right circle, then got it back. As the Spartans continue to put pressure, that pass intended for Chakrabarty. Deflected out to center ice and kicked ahead by Bernat. Bernat toward the corner in the Spartan zone now. And the Spartans, though, grab it and clear it out. It's David Coyle, and this will go wide of the goaltender, and it will be an icing call against Castleton. Castleton's had a couple of power plays. The Czech Republic successfully killing those power plays off. Scoreless with 11:57 to go here in the first period. Face off to the right of Josh Ward. Edel comes on, number 9 for the Czech Republic. Michael Benish. A couple of Benishes, I noticed. And that shot blocked away. That was number 43, Nebelik. Cam Reed over Ford far side. Trying to tip it out was Coyle. It does come out to center. And reversing now. Nebelik sends it into the Spartan zone. The Spartans started out. Pass goes to Cole Matthews. He sent it up to center. Picked off there at center ice by Popple. And now it's Bennis across the Klatt. Backhands it into the Spartan zone to the end boards. And back is Theodore for Castleton. Sends it in behind the net to Cole Matthews, number 4, one of the first-year players. Number 14, Tanasienko. That's gloved down at the red line by Popple, and he fires back into the Spartan zone. And Ward leaves it for Theodore. Long pass right up the middle. That intended for Jack Linton. Loose at center. Linton does drop it in. That was intended for Mesterhazy. And back the other way along the near side. Here's Orsic, but the Spartans clear it back out to center. Back at his own line is Panek. Now it's Theodore back in his own zone. Theodore up to Bowditch, who is seeing action, number 39, another first-year player for the Spartans. And it's loose right at the slot, and a shot that went high, missed there, and that's Novak from the top of the right circle. That went high off the glass. A couple of opportunities in close for the Czech Republic. And we got a cross-checking call. Coming up here. And it's going to go against the Spartans, so the Czechs with their first power play opportunity. The cross-checking call on Cedric Theodore. So the Czech Republic on the power play. Play now 72 is Folda. Rubal and Folda. Novak. Now the left circle Popple, and that save made by Ward. Back out to Novak. Back to Popple. To Novak at the midpoint. Now Folda skates into the right circle. Looking. Folda sends it in behind the net. Comes across to Popple. Back to Novak. Folda drive, and it goes in wide. Popple plays it along the far boards. Back to Novak, back to Popple. Now on the near side, number 72 again, Folda. Folda getting a return pass. Sent it in the middle, and trying to control there was Roubach. But cleared out by the Spartans. Coming down on a minute to go on the Czech power play. Scoreless with 9:15 to go here in the first period. Exhibition men's hockey here at the Spartan Arena. Czechs back into the Spartan zone, and wheeling around is Neo Kucharki. Back out to the midpoint. Now quick shot from the left circle was Bernat. Back out Piskach, and I'm not sure if Ward got a piece of that. Might have gone wide. 32 seconds left on the power play, and that shot deflected away as Neo Kucharczyk didn't get a lot on it. Cleared back out, and it's Daniel Piskach. Number 4 skates it up to center. 15 seconds left on the Czech power play. Now it's dropped for Jindra. Jindra skates it along the near board, Spartan zone. And right to the point, they try to go to Neo Kucharczyk. Couldn't quite control it. Back over the line, and here is a save by Josh Ward off the shot from the left circle. And the penalty is over. Both teams at full strength, so Czech Republic killing off 2 power play opportunities, and the Spartans killing off that power play opportunity. Michael Benish on the draw for the Czechs to the left of Josh Ward, and Spartans look to work it up to center. McCarty sends it across now for Coyle into the zone. McCarty comes over. Come the Czechs back the other way. On the right wing, Bobrik sends it around the boards. Ward comes out, swings it around up for Chakrabarty. Kept in. Here's Bobrik, right circle. He fires, save made. And in on the forecheck there. And the Czechs coming over is Vavrik at the circle. The Spartans clear it back down. Orsic back for it. Again, both teams at full strength. 7:30 to go first period. It's scoreless. You're watching the Flow College Network. Good action here. Here now, Castino had it knocked away. Came down the middle. Trevor Castino. Party is out there too on the forecheck. Reed and also Daprich at the points. Castino is out there, and also out there for the Spartans is Edwards. But coming back the other way, the pass controlled by the Czechs. Klatt with it. But Reed on the back check. Klatt trying to get to it. Swung around on the near boards. Edel waiting for a pass. Now it comes back out to the left point. And that shot goes in wide from Adam Klatt. Spartans on it. Cam Reed in behind his own goaltender. On the left wing here is Josef Vivial, and he fires around the boards. Far side, Vivial on the chase. Edel there for the Czechs. Also there was Novak. That's Philip Novak. And the Czechs started out. Philip Novak at center. Knocked away at center ice, and it trickles into the Spartan zone. And Theodore back for the Spartans. Cedric Theodore. And he clears at the length of the ice, and it should be an icing call. It is against the Spartans. Scoreless with 6:10 to go here in the first quarter. or the first period at the Spartan Arena. First period in play. Not a bad crowd, a Sunday afternoon here for exhibition hockey. Off the draw, it's picked off at the circle by Anthony Percy with speed up the center. Dumps it into the Czech zone. And for the Czechs is Nibelik. He was trying to get to it. They're pinching up along the far boards or far corner. Spartans controlling. Matthews fires in wide all the way around the boards. Played by number 34, Neo Kucharczyk. With speed up the middle, Neo Kucharczyk. And he shoots in the left circle. It goes in wide. All the way around, trying to get to it there was Matty Benish. Here the Spartans the other way. Robach, a veteran for the Spartans, got ridden off the puck at the end boards in the Czech zone, and the Czechs in transition. Coming up the center and trying to steer it across there was Bernat, but the Spartans pick it up and clear it out. Here's a pass for Tyler Burke. He skates it down left wing corner in the Czech zone. Burke to Robach. Now to the slot and a quick shot and a save made. The quick shot for Tyler Burke and the save made. A nice one for Christian Novak. 10 shots on goal for the Czechs, 5 for Castleton. It's scoreless. 4:55 to go in the first period. Tanasienko is out there, Avi Tanasienko, to take the draw for the Spartans, and it is David Roubach for the Czech Republic. Over skating it there was Folda, and then he lost an edge in the circle. A couple of players go down in the circle. Player for the Spartans there was Robson, who was on the ice. Still in the Spartan zone, controlled by the Czechs. The shot save made, and on the rebound, covered up by Ward. Initial shot was Piskach. And number 24, Roubach, was there attempting on the rebound, but covered up by Josh Ward. Off the draw, Spartans with it, skated out by Atkinson. Atkinson trying to chase it down the far corner, backtracking though. Piskach on the back check. And it's controlled by the Czechs out to center. Riha. And it's going to be an icing call against the Czech University Select All-Star team. Riha's out there, Panik. Piskach, Folda, and also number 24, Roubach. Spartans going with Mesterhazy. Atkinson is out there. Also out there, Sam Knight at a point. Also, Bowditch. Also, Jack Linton. This is a young team out there right now, a few first years. A couple of veterans, though, too. Here's Knight. Shoots through traffic, and the save made by Christian Novak. Scoreless with 4:08 to go in the first period. Men's hockey action exhibition. The Czech University Select All-Star team and the Vermont State University Castleton Spartans. Mesterhazy taking the draw for the Spartans to the right of Novak. At the point, they're fired around Sam Knight. Back is Pouzar. Novak. Send it in the zone. Popple there. Pouzar there as well. Sent in behind Ward as the Czechs putting on some pressure. Popple is number 25. And sent toward the corner. Spartans look to control, and it's kept in by Popple right in front of the Castleton bench. Sent it right in front. And it's picked off by Bowditch. Back out to center. Klatt had it for a moment. Czechs to bring it back over. Popple Is it on the left wing side? That was intended for Benish, Michael Benish. And on a chase, almost getting to it was Bowditch. And it's sent back into the Spartan zone to the near corner. Backboard for the Spartans is Logan Dappridge. Now McCarty. Swings it around far side. It's Bowditch. Chops it up to center. And is trying to get to it there was Chakrabarty for the Spartans, but the Czechs skated out from their own zone. Yindra with speed. Yindra had it poked away by Dappridge. Gloved down by the Spartans and sent out to center. That's David Coyle. Fired back in behind Ward. Swings it around near side for Cam Reed. Now to Dappridge in behind his own net. Dappridge starts it up the middle. 12 shots on goal for the Czechs and 6 for Castleton. Nice job on the back check there by Vavrik, and it ends up, it's an offside call against Castleton. Trevor Castino is out there. Also, Vivial is out there, number 27 as well as Jackson Edwards. Dappridge and Reed at the points. Taking the draw is Tomas Bernat for the Czechs. Scotch swings it around near side. He cleared out across to the far side of Vavrik as he fired into the Spartan zone. Tomas Bernat had it for a moment. He looked to get it back as it was in behind the net. Spartans cleared out to center. Backtracking is Daniel Piskach back in his own zone for the Czech Republic. On the near side, Bernat. His pass picked off by Edwards. Now Vivial with it. High slot. Back. It was tipped. They wanted to go back to Edwards. That was also tipped by Castino. That pass there was intended for Edwards. And back in his own zone is Tomas Panik. With a minute 30 to go in the first period, it's scoreless. We're watching the Flow College Network. Checks up to center. Reha over the line. Poking it in behind Ward. Eventually poked in behind Ward by Roll Bach. Now came out near the line trying to keep it in with Panek, and here's a score. And the Czechs take a 1-0 lead. Looked like Reha on the goal. Reha picking up the Spartans had some difficulty with it, and Reha scoring. And coming with 1:09 to go here in the period. Yeah, it was Thomas Panik that got the assist. Reha on the goal. One nothing the Czech Republic. 42 seconds to go here in the first period. That shovel toward the far corner, trying to control it was Pozar. And the Spartans managed to get it out to center. Here's Robach. There's a penalty coming up on the Spartans. Penalty is on Avi Tanasienko. 25.5 seconds left here in the first period. 1-0 Czechs. Go on their second power play. Unless they score, this will carry to the second period. I didn't catch what that call was on Tandasienko. Haven't heard the announcement yet. Here it comes. Here's a drive from the right point. Saved by Ward. Piskach was high sticking. Tandasienko. That's left for Novak. 10 seconds to go in the period. Speed, Yindra, and a save there by Josh Ward. So a minute 40 to go in the power play. It'll carry over unless the Czechs score in the next 5 seconds. Czech Republic with a 1-0 lead. It'll be on the draw, Neo Kucharczyk for the Czechs, and the Spartans, Belit Mesterhazy to the right of Josh Ward. Off the draw, Piskach at the line, fires, deflected to the far boards, and shot is off the side of the net as time expires, ending the first period. And we played one in this exhibition game in the Spartan Arena, a late goal in that first period, coming from Stepan Riha, assisted by Tomas Ponek. And that's the only scoring to this point. And the Czechs are on the power play going into the second period. 1:35 left on the power play. Unofficially, 15 shots on goal for the Czechs, 6 for Castleton after a period. Not sure if we'll have any stats or not, but we'll take a little break here after the first period. Czech Republic with a 1-0 lead, and you're watching the Flow College Network. We're up to the first period in this exhibition game between the Czech University Selects and Vermont State University Castleton, and the Czech University Selects have a 1-0 lead. And the goal at the 18:52 mark, Stepan Riha scoring from Tomas Panik, and that gave the Czechs a 1-0 lead. That's where we stand right now. And take a look at the shots. Right now, the Czechs are on the power play. 1:35 left on the power play going into the second period. I thought the shots on goal weren't accurate on the board. Yeah, I was, of course, reading the shots on the board, but that is way off. We had it 15-6. Czechs is closer than that. The Czech Republic has 7 shots, and Castleton with 6. This exhibition matchup at the Spartan Arena, 1-0. The Czech University Select team leading here over Vermont State University Castleton. We'll have the second period coming up. You're watching the Blow College Network. I thought the Spartans indeed would be using 3 goalies in this exhibition game. It was Josh Ward in the first period. Josh Ward had 6 saves also for Christian Novak. He is still in goal for the Czech Republic, but the Spartans have changed goalies here. It's Charles Watson. And Christian Novak in goal off to your right for the Czech Republic, and to your left again it is Watson for the Spartans. 1-0. Minute 35 left on the Czech power play. The Czechs in the red and white going right to left here in the second period. Castleton in the white and green going left to right. Neo Kucharczyk is out there. Bernat. Also up front is Pouzar. And on at the points, Yindra and also Piskac. That's on the power play for the Czechs into the Spartan zone. And it's Reed that clears it out. McCarty is out there on the ice for the Spartans as well. And Logan Dappridge is out there at the beginning of the second period. Also, Castino, the penalty-killing crew. Scotch drops it in behind Watson. Cardi comes over. A minute to go on the Czech power play, and that's cleared all the way back down into the Czech zone, and back is Piskac. 1-0. Czech Republic leading here. And that's going to be an offside call. Pass offside intended for Tomas Bernat. Number 19 out there now, Philippa Novak. Spartans change up. Holden Getzlaff is out there, number 44. And taking the draw here is Belint Mesterhazy. Takes the draw for the Spartans, and it's Ro'u Bark for the Czechs. Coming onto the ice, too, is Lukas Folda. Popple is actually going to take the draw for the Czechs as we're again underway. Folda over the line, drops it toward the end boards over number 44, Getzlaff, newcomer to the Spartan program. That's gloved down by Novak. Novak getting it back as he got it back from the right circle. Number 72 is Folda. Now right across Popple at the post, and he misfired on that and didn't get a lot on it, and the Spartans clear it back down. It's cleared all the way back out to center by the goalkeeper, Novak. Christian Novak. Spartans fired back into the Czech zone. Novak swings it around. 3 seconds left of the power play for the Czechs. And back behind his own goaltender is Roubak. And with speed, the penalty over both teams at full strength. And again, they call an offside here. So both teams at full strength. It'll be number 35, Michael Benesh, taking the draw with the Spartans. Number 18, Emmett McCarty. Number 4 is Cole Matthews, out to McCarty at center ice. It's popped up into the air, far side, and it's Bavrik trying to chase it down. It comes around to the near side, and here's fanning on it from the left circle, and then trying again from the left circle was number 35 there. That was Michael Benesh. Czechs on the forecheck. Panik out at the left point. I knew I was going to say that maybe a couple of times. The Czechs on the forecheck or the back check. Far corner, number 10 is Vavrik. Now the Spartans look to control. It's slid out to Coyle. Coyle, a first year, and he throws it in wide of the goalie. It bounces off the end boards. In on a chase is Chakrabarty. Comes around near side. The goal scorer, Riha. Now the Spartans got it back. That went right across the crease. And eventually a save and the rebound. They score. Looked like Bowditch got the goal for the Spartans to tie it up at 1 apiece with 17:06 to go in the second period. It looked like he followed up his own shot, the rebound to Bowditch. Of course, this is an exhibition game that would not count for the first collegiate goal. All tied up at 1 apiece. Cole Bowditch. Play underway again. Spartans get it out to center. This is Vivial, and wanted to go on that pass to Bowditch on the right wing. Broken up. Back the other way. Bellick as the Czechs swing it around. Bowditch back for the Spartans. Swings it around far side. Number 2 is Sam Knight. Knight slides it right up the middle and knocked back to Knight. Now to Bowditch. Bowditch back to Knight. Vivial does pick up the assist on that goal by Bowditch. So Vivial does pick up the assist. And Vivial for the Spartans out of the Czech Republic. Certainly knows a few of these players on the Czech team. All tied up at 1 apiece. 16 minutes to go here in the second period. That shot went across by Daprich wide. Kept alive by Reed Bar Boards. Spartans in on the forecheck though as pass comes out to Daprich at the point. Wristed in wide. It was picked out of there by Linton and wrapped up at the corner. Now it's the Czechs that started out. The pass deflected. It goes right to Cam Reed. Back over the line. Here's Linton. And he shoots in the save on the short side by Christian Novak. As he holds on, a juggling save. All tied up at 1 apiece. And it was a Riha from Ponik for the Czechs and Bowditch from Vivial. Vivial getting the assist on that goal by Bowditch. Play in the Czech zone. Tyler Burke, number 10, side of the net, trying to get a stick on it there was Tanasienko and covered up by Christian Novak. You're watching the Flow College Network from the Spartan Arena. Exhibition men's hockey. Good crowd on hand this Sunday afternoon matchup. Nice day outside and folks taking in some hockey. And shot blocked up into the air. That was Getzlaff for the Spartans and is cleared out by the Czechs, and it's going to be an icing call. So the face-off back in the Czech zone. Up for the Spartans, Tyler Burke, number 10. Number 5 is Dylan Roebuck. Number 22, and newcomer Marcus Belomo. Robson is at a point. Now, as I say, that's changed up there just a bit. Also at a point is Getzlaff. On the draw for the Spartans was number 22, Belomo. Now it's in the corner in the Czech zone. Belomo trying to dig it out. A little battle there. And battle going on. Burner kept in at the line by the Spartans, kept in by Getzlaff. Now a battle along the near boards outside the circle by the Castleton bench. And dug out there by Indra. Indra sends it to Piskach, who fires around the boards in the Castleton zone. Novak at the left point, but it never goes to him. Spartans started out with Anthony Percy. Fires in around behind the Czech goalie. In there, Joey Alla is in, number 19. There's the announcement from Rob McFarland on the newcomer in there, Alla. As that comes out to center ice and getting to it is Neo Kucharczyk. Fired into the Spartan zone, and the Spartans on it in transition coming up to center. Pass off the near boards intended for Coyle. Now McCarty with it. McCarty at the right circle. Send it around. Here's Theodore out near the line. Fires in behind the net. That was intended for Chakrabarty. Now McCarty, and right there also is David Coyle. Back out to the point. Theodore Fired back out, Chakrabarty. Now it's Cole Matthews sending it around to Chakrabarty now. Far side. He sent it past Coyle. It goes in behind the Czech goaltender, intended for McCarty, but Czechs come back the other way. But that pass across ice picked off by Chakrabarty. But it goes back to the Czechs, and they get it into the Spartan zone. Is trying to feed that ahead was Bernat. Now a pass to the high slot, and a save by Watson is a quick shot there for Orsic. Tied at 1 with 13:06 to go here in the second period at the Spartan Arena. Face off to the left of Charles Watson, the Spartan goalie. Number 24, it's Roa Ubark. The Czechs and the Spartans on it. Sam Knight starts it out, number 2, another first year for Castleton. Slides it up to center. It's loose, across, and the Spartans back in their own zone, as it is Bowditch who scored the goal. Number 39, Cole Bowditch. Skates it up to center for Castleton to the red line. Drops it to Knight, who fires in. Out is Novak. Vivial on the forecheck for the Spartans. Joseph Vivial. And the Czechs now clear it out. Now running it down is Bobak. Looking for a pass there was Reha. Never got to him. The Spartans back out to center. Now Edwards over the Czech line, but the Czechs back the other way. It's Roubach. He lost it. Back out to center. Over number 43 is Belik. Bowditch back behind his own goaltender. Starts it out on the right wing. There's a stoppage. It's an icing call against the Czech University select team. Face off to the right of Christian Novak. The draw for the Spartans there was Mesterhazy. Won by the Czechs. They started out long pass. Goes the length of the ice. Should be another icing call here, and it is against the Czechs. In the face-off. Coming back in the Czech zone. All tied up at 1 apiece. 11:44 to go in the second period. The lead, Mesterhazy. Czechs win the draw. Peter Popple fires all the way in, bouncing puck on Watson, and he smothers it and holds on. Michael Benish on the draw for the Czechs. Piskach sent it across. That shot blocked in front. That was Novak in behind the net, in behind Watson. Trying to get to it there was Pouzar for the Czechs, and the Spartans clear it out off the far boards back into the Czech zone. And it's cleared out. Here's a pass, and that was blocked away. Popple trying to send that ahead. That was intended for Pouzar. Back into the Czech zone, trying to clear it out there. Piskach. Now the Spartans almost getting to it there was Mesterhazy. Now with it is Atkinson, but the Spartans lose it, and the Czechs back the other way. On the back check, it's Daprich for the Spartans. Then he lost it, and on the forecheck is Benish, Michael Benish, and sent toward the corner. Reed sends it around and drops it for Logan Daprich for Castleton. Back to Reed and behind his own goaltender, but he lost an edge, goes down. Yindra comes over. It's cleared back out to center, and backtracking, it's Berner. Berner in his own zone, bothered there by Tyler Burke. Also in for the Spartans is Robach. Burke has sent it past Tanasienko. There's a shot from the top of the left circle, blocked away as that shot came in from Robson. And back out to center, and the pass goes to Tyler Burke. He turns into the zone and drops it toward the end boards. Backboard is Robach. Now eventually it comes up to number 57, Jobanek. Here's Vindra now. Number 11, Yindra. Yindra sent it right in front. Backhander from the slot, deflected wide. That backhander came in from Jobanek. As the Czechs putting on some pressure. Pawnek try to get to it. That comes around to the near side. Spartans looking to clear it out of their own zone. Tanasienko, and it's rolled out now for Robach at the red line. He sent it back to Getzlaff. And Robson sends it in behind Novak, the goaltender for the Czechs. That sent around the boards by the Spartans, and by his own bench firing there, number 22, Belomo for Castleton, but didn't get all the way through. And now it's started out by Neo Kucharczyk, and that's a bouncing puck. Batted away by Watson in the Spartan zone. Now in behind the net, here's Theodore. Try to clear it out on the left wing side, picked off. A backhander save made. That was Vavrik from the slot. Here's a drive from the top of the right circle, and that was blocked. And went on to play. That was Percy on the block of the Spartans, Anthony Percy, and he's coming off the ice a little bit gingerly here. That was blocked out of play. That was a gutsy play for Anthony Percy. That was Orsic that took that drive. It was a rocket shot. Percy's on the bench here to our right. 8:42 to go in the second period, tied at 1. It's right in front. Scramble. And the score came right out in front. And the Czechs retake the lead 2-1. Robach. Robach on the goal, it appeared. He picked up the loose puck. Two to 1. The Czechs with 8:37 to go in the second period. Roubal, actually. Roubal. It's not ball. Lucas Folda picked up the assist. It's play back in as Spartans and shot Bowditch, who got the goal, and Chakabarty by the Spartans by the line and had that blocked away. Well, you make sure that we're going to get back to that goal, but the Czechs lead it by a score of 2-1. Piskach sent it in, deflected toward the end boards. Number 19 is Novak. Back out to Piskach. Now it's Riha. And it goes in on Watson. He makes the save. I just want to make sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's the goal scorer is Roubach. I've been saying it's Roubal. I've been saying Rubach, but it's Roubal on the goal. Roubal. Beg your pardon. It's an L, not a C there. Panic, send it down low, trying to send it across there. It was number 57, Jobanek. And the Spartans now in transition out to center. It's Edwards, throws it in wide of the goaltender, chased by Cam Reed and also Castino there for the Spartans. Now Reed digs it out of the corner. Sends it across, glove down by Vivial. Spins, he's out near the line. Now it's cleared out to center, Cam Reed for the Spartans. 2-1, the Czechs lead it with 7:09 to go here in the second period. That's bounced out to center, Reed in the circle. Now it's Castino. Leaves it for Edwards. Now Castino got it back quick. Turnaround shot to save made by Novak. Now up the middle. Here comes Panik. Well, Slice sent in. Jobanek. Spartans back in their own zone. That is fan from the left wing. That was Neo Kucharczyk. Spartans are going to back out to center and fired back in by Orsic for the Czechs. Cleared back out to center. Back is Klatt. Sent it across right onto the stick of Orsic, who fired into the Spartan zone. Spartans clear it back out to center. Orsic sends it across far side. Klatt. Here's a shot in close. That was Burnett. Looked like it was Burnett that had the opportunity there in close. Now Reed in behind the net, then lost it. The strong forecheck by the Czech Republic, and the Spartans managed to scoop it up to center. That intended for Jack Linton. Here coming back the other way. Here's Burnett over the line. Tomas Burnett. Spartans do clear it out to center, and back is Riha for the Czechs. Riha over the line. Riha cuts it in. Riha spins around, circles around to the near side. Riha got a return pass, left circle. Didn't get a lot on that. Wanted to go down low as Reed knocked it away for the Spartans. Back is Novak. Now Nebelek, and a quick shot and a glove save by Watson from the top of the left circle. That was on that goal by Roubal. David Roubal. The assist went to Folda. As the Czechs have a 2-1 lead with 5:07 to go here in the second period. Over the line for the Spartans, here's Taylor Burke. Lost it, and here comes Roubal. And a one-timer from the left circle, the save made, that was Riha. On the shot and the save made by Watson. 4:57 to go now in the second period. Michael Benish for the Czechs. Belin Mestrohazy for the Spartans on the draw to the right of Watson. In down low at the end boards, trying to control there was Benish. And he's looking for a return pass in behind the net, but the Spartans with it now. That was broken loose. Percy's okay. He's back out, and he clears it into the Czech zone. And back for the Czechs is Panik. That long pass on the left wing intended for Bubonics goes the length of the ice. An icing call against the Czechs with 4:26 to go here in the second period. A lot of fans here today for this exhibition matchup. Men's hockey and Castleton starting in a couple of weeks. And, of course, the new league, the little East Conference in men's and women's hockey. McCarty taking the draw for the Spartans. Off the draw comes out to Theodore, and his wrister, the save made by Christian Novak. As he hangs on. Samuel Neo Kucharczyk on the face-off for the Czechs. He won it, but the Spartans grab it at the line, and McCarty with it as a shot came from the left point. McCarty at his back and trying to get it on his stick to get a shot away, unable to get a shot away. Cole Matthews sent it to the end boards, but the Czechs on it and started out with the Indra. Cross ice far side now with it. Eventually is Neo Kucharczyk. Has it far corner. Back out to the right point, it's Klatt. Out to the midpoint, a shot blocked away. That shot came in from Nabelik. Spartans back the other way. In close, and McCarty getting that pass from Chakrabarty. And they couldn't connect on that. Czechs back the other way. Back is Baudic, who's got the Spartan goal here in the second period. And eventually the Spartans clear it up and out of play. It came off the stick of David Coyle. 2-1 Czechs. This exhibition matchup, 3:27 to go in the second period. Face off to the right of Watson. Spartans win the draw. Here's Castino virtually going coast to coast and trying to feed the left circle of Baudic. Went all the way to the near boards. Vivial at the point. Cleared out by the Czechs right under the stick of Sam Knight. Far side, Baudic. Pops it up into the air. Skated down by Edwards. And on the way through, Castino. Novak, nice job there. He stayed with it to make the save. Vavrik sends it up the middle where the Spartans get it on a nice play by Baudic and shovel it back into the Czech zone. The Czechs get it back out. Well, actually, that was deflected into the Spartan bench. And got a face-off stoppage in play with 2:46 to go in the second period. And the go-ahead goal here in the second period. So the Spartans had tied it. Go-ahead goal for David Roubal. And blocked away. Jack Linton up the center for the Spartans. Across to Cam Reed. Puts on a move. Reed cuts it in. Backhander in front. And it's deflected away to the far side. But the Spartans control out near the line. Here's Dappridge. The one-timer for Reed. And that was blocked away. I'm not sure if that got in on Novak or not. Spartans put on some pressure. Puck loose toward the far side over is Fulda. Wrapped up there by Meshtahazi. Puck loose. Comes along the near boards. Poked ahead by Reed. That intended for Atkinson toward the corner. Battle for the puck. And now it comes back out to Reed near the line. And that's poked away. It's Riha. Riha in alone on Watson, and he scores. It's 3-1 Czech Republic. Second goal of the game for Riha. 1:44 to go in the second period. He got the pass. He's all alone. He took it in on Charles Watson. Stepan Riha is an unassisted goal. And that's a second goal of the game as play back in. 1:25 to go in the second period. 3-1. The Czech select team. Puck loose, a battle at center ice. And the Spartans dig it out with Roebuck. As Tanasienko, and he tried to go to Tanasienko, picked off by Klatt. That pass out to the point, Robson. And it's loose, and getting a stick on it there was Novak. Now it's cleared out to center, Robson, and spinning around after sending it in to the Spartan zone, Benish. And Benish gets it back at the slot and fires wide off the glass in behind Watson, who it came out and it jumped on. It's dead. It came off the glass and hopped on the back of the goal. So they blow the play dead. 52.4 seconds left here in the second period. Kucharczyk on the draw for the Czechs to the left of Watson. Nabalik fires off the glass in behind Watson. A quick shot, Nabalik. Spartans trying to get something going here as they started out to center. Pass to the near side. It is Alla. Now that shot from the top of the left circle by Percy, blocked away to the far side. Czechs get it out to center. Back is Theodore, back in his own zone now for Castleton. Slides it to Cole Matthews. 22 seconds to go in the second period. Into the Czech zone it goes, and over is Jobanek. Eventually skated out by Novak. And that there's a stoppage here. Not sure if that was the Czech player was. They do call icing. I thought a Czech player might have been shaken up a little bit. 10.8 seconds to go in the second period. Neo Kucharczyk will be on the draw with McCarty of the Spartans. Right of the goaltender, Czech zone, comes out to center. 5 seconds left in the period. Here's Yindra. He cuts it in behind the net, tries the backhander. The save made as time expires, ending the second period. And after 2 periods of play, it's the Czech University selects 3 and Vermont State University Castleton 1 here in this exhibition matchup at the Spartan Arena. Two goals for Stepan Riha. Tomas Panik assisted on his first goal, and an unassisted goal. His goal to put the Czechs up 3-1, and also scoring was David Roubal. David Roubal, and the assist going to Lucas Folda. That was the second goal for the Czechs before Riha scored his unassisted goal to put the Czechs up 3-1. The Spartan goal coming from first-year Cole Bowditch from Josef Vivial, a native of the Czech Republic. And at the time, it tied it at 1 apiece. So we played 2. We'll have some stats coming up for you. It's 3-1. The Czech University selects leading Vermont State University Castleton. You're watching the Flow College Network exhibition hockey on the men's side here at the Spartan Arena. We played 2 in this exhibition match between the Czech University Selects and Vermont State University Castleton. It is 3-1. The Czech select team leading the Spartans, getting set for the third period. We just want to recap. There are a couple of changes in what we told you on the originally on the assists. First off, in the first period at the 18:52 mark, Stepan Riha scoring. Thomas Panik picking up the assist as the Czechs went up 1-0. Spartans would tie it at 1 at the 2:51 mark of the second period. Cole Bowditch would get the tying goal. We had said Vivial on the assist. That was what was announced, but it was Jackson Edwards that gets the assist. Jackson Edwards, as that tied it at 1 apiece. And then at the 11:25 mark, the Czechs would retake the lead on the goal by David Roubal. And I believe there's a change in that assist, too. I thought the assist, they had announced a Folda, but the assist going to Richard, I might not have heard it correctly, but the assist is Orsic, Richard Orsic on the assist. And that put the Czechs up by a score of 2-1. And then at the 18:17 mark, the breakaway goal by Stepan Riha, his second goal of the game. And that put the Czechs up by a score of 3-1. And that's where we stand right now after 2 periods of play. It was Christian Novak has 14 saves for the Czech selects. Charles Watson and Josh Ward have 6 saves apiece for the Spartans, and will be a third goalie coming in the third period. And I believe it'll be Lukas Bukatovs, who is a first year from Latvia. We'll wait and see. Both teams have 15 shots on goal. That's official now. So we wanted to correct the assist. I thought that's what I heard from the PA. I know the assist that was given to Vivial, the Spartan goal, but it is Jackson Edwards and Orsic on the assist for the Roubal goal. And it is Roubal, not Roubak. It's Roubal. And he picked up that second goal, and Stepan Riha on the breakaway picking up that third goal. 3-1 in favor of the Czech select team. The Czech University selects on this Sunday afternoon. Good crowd on hand. A beautiful day outside, but the folks inside to watch some men's hockey. And we do have the third period coming up. You're watching the Flow College Network. And as I said, the third goalie for the Spartans, Lukas Bukatovs, to your right, as the Czechs will be going left to right here in the third period. Spartans going right to left. Still in goal, Christian Novak for the Czech University selects. Again, the Czechs in the red and white, Castle in white and green. We're underway in the third period, and the Czechs have a 3-1 lead. Bukatovs in goal from Latvia. The announcement from public address announcer Rob McFarland. We have an icing call against the Spartans here early going third period. Neo Kucharczyk is on the face-off with Josef Vivial for the Spartans. The Spartans wouldn't get it out to center ice. Castino over the line, avoids it, check, and then lost it. And Philip Novak back the other way. Christian Novak still in goal for the Czech select team. Back out to center, tap back the other way. Over the line is Jindra. Well, it was the Spartans that did. He didn't quite get it over the line. Spartans did manage to poke it out to center, and Dapridge throws it in behind the goaltender in the Czech zone. He's sent to skate it down as Klatt. Sent it right up the middle, picked off by Dapridge. Chakrabarty now, and his shot is deflected off the glass behind the goaltender. Spartans still with it. Number 21 is Coyle. And behind the net, Coyle comes around. Chakrabarty is there. Now Cam Reed looks to step into it. Got wrapped up toward the corner in the Czech zone. Back toward the end boards, and Klatt back for it. Spun it around far side, and still in the Czech zone, picked off. Chakrabarty, left circle, and the save made by Novak. That was picked off nicely by David Coyle. Chakrabarty had the opportunity from the left circle. 18:20 to go here in the third period. And the Czech Republic, Czech select team is out in front by a score of 3-1. Cardi on the face-off with Roubal. Spartans have it. And that is blocked away from way out. Chakrabarty. Here come the Czechs the other way. And the score! Another goal there for Stepan Riha. Went in deep on the left wing side and down low in the circle. And he has a hat trick. Stepan Riha. It's 4-1. The Czech Republic with 18:05 to go in the third period. He's got a hat trick here in this exhibition match, and a few folks that are here from that Czech University team, and they throw their hats out on the rink, and they got them back too. They threw them back up. I believe they said Novak, Philip Novak. I didn't quite clearly hear that, but again, it's the hat trick for Riha. And that goes out of play. 4-1. Czech University select team out in front. Mesterhazy and Michael Benish on the draw at center ice. Back to Piskac. That bounces into the Spartan zone. Checks in. Puck down there. Popple in the corner. Popple throws it along the near boards. Over was Nabalik. And finally cleared back into the Czech zone by the Spartans. And backboard it is Patrick Nabalik. Spartans, though, come out with it as they were in, and that pass went in behind Tanasienko as he was right there in front, point-blank range. And we have a tripping call coming up. First power play opportunity for either team in a while. I don't believe we had one in the second period. And it will be a power play for the Czechs, the tripping call on Dylan Roebuck. .17:07 to go here in the third period. Bannock's on the draw for the Czechs. Carty for the Spartans. And off the draw, the Spartans eventually clear it out. The length of the ice. Stian Novak. Minute 45 left on the Czech power play. Up the middle, Novak. Philip Novak. Backtracking is Matthews. And wrapped up there by Edel. Novak. Folda, right circle. Edel plays it off the far boards. Czechs on the power play. Folda, far side. Back to Folda. Folda getting a return pass at the right circle. Getting it back there to Novak. Folda. High slot, blocked away. Novak comes back over and plays it out near the line off the far boards. Sends it to Edel. Edel getting it back again on a return pass. Ozar is in there on the power play as well. Ozar now eventually goes to Folda, right circle, and he scores on the power play. That pass came over from Philip Novak, and it's 5-1. The Czech Republic a power play goal. That's the first power play goal of the game for either team. And it might be Edel might have tipped that. I believe Edel did tip that. So Edel will get the goal. Maximilian Edel. It appeared he might have got a piece of that going by. Power play goal. That was a power play run to perfection by the Czech University select team. 5-1. Czechs with 15:30 left here in the third period. A quick shot. That's a save made by Novak. As a shot from Belomo. How did Folda got an assist on that, and also Ozar. They were both involved out front, and that shot was Folda. As we got another penalty coming up here, and it was Edel who indeed got the goal on the power play, and a couple of assists there was Folda and also. And now I'm trying to think of who it was. Folda. And I believe Ozar. And we got a penalty against the Spartans. It'll be another power play for the Czechs. Marcus Belomo was off. So the Czechs just picked up a power play goal. A charging call on Belomo. So again, the Czech University selects go back on the power play. Just scored on the power play. Again, the goal credited to Maximilian Edel. 5-1. Czechs with 15:01 to go in the third period. Ro'u ball will be on the draw for the Czechs, and McCarty for the Spartans as the Czechs go on another power play. Popple gloves it down. Back and forth. Far side, Popple getting a pass back. Popple again, left circle. Here's a one-timer by Folda from the right circle, and a save made by the first-year Lucas Bukatovs as he hangs on. Minute 45 to go on the Czech power play. Ubal on the face-off with the Spartans Mesterhazy. A one-timer, Popple save. Bukatovs in the follow-up. It was Ro'ubal again, the save by The youngster Lucas Bukatovs as the Spartans clear at the length of the ice. That's left for Philip Novak. Hustling all the way at center ice for the Spartans, Jack Linton. The Czechs control. Folda. Eventually goes to Jobanek. Spartan zone. Spartans try to clear it out. Popple with it. Jobanek sent it out to the left point. There it is, Novak. Novak getting it back. Trying to get to it there was Dappridge. Popple sent it right there to Roubal, who tried to center it back toward Popple. Folda with it at the point. Over for Novak. Novak getting a return pass. Now it's Folda. Right to left. A one-timer left circle. Popple, and the save made, but on the rebound they score. Another power play goal. It's 6-1, Czech Republic. And on the rebound right there to tuck it in was Jonas Jobanek. Katovs made the initial save, so 2 power play goals in a row here in the third period for Czech University selects. 6-1, Czechs, 13:35 to go here in the third period. Both teams at full strength. Or Sech that was poked up into the air. Chakrabarty now had it poked ahead, poked away as he got into the zone by Werner. Popple and Roubal picking up assists on that goal by Jobanek. A power play goal. Here's Bennis sending it on the left wing side. Edel, he fires into the Spartan zone and rolls around the boards near side. Chakrabarty now to McCarty. Now over to play at far side, number 21, it's Coyle. Now back number 43, it is Nabelic. Spartans back in their own zone. It's Cedric Theodore. Sends it across for Matthews. And went in behind Edwards, but Edwards grabs it in the zone. Down low, wanted to go to Castino, and went by him as these Czechs get it out to center. Rolls back into the Spartan zone, sent across by Matthews to Theodore. Back to Matthews in behind his own goaltender. Initially, fans on the pass knocked away, but it's Theodore, the backboard for the Spartans. It hit the side of the net right to Cole Matthews, who plays it. Kept in at the left point. That shot knocked down, and that shot initially came in for Piskacic. Piskac. Still controlled by the Czechs. That pass intended for Yindra. But the Spartans with it back the other way. Castino with speed. Poked away by Piskacic. Or I want to say Piskacic, but it's Piskac. And that rolls in, bounces on the Spartan goaltender, Lucas Bukatovs, and he hangs on. .28 to go here in the third period. 6-1, Czechs. Face off to the left of Bukatovs. Here's Novak. He fires and blocked. Still controlled by Czech selects. And I'm not sure what happened there. What did it pop out of play? I believe a Spartan has been shaken up just a bit. It was Sam Knight. Face off to the right of Lucas Bukatovs for the Spartans. Off the draw, that shot from the far side blocked away. That was Orsic. Spartans back the other way. Here's Dappridge over the line. Dappridge left to right, has Roebuck with him, but can't get it to Roebuck. And here come the Czechs back the other way. Trying to control there was Vavrik. Backtracking, Dappridge back in his own zone. Dappridge fires up now to Tyler Burke. Our side, it's still controlled by the Spartans. They sweep it around, but picked out of there by Novak. Now the Spartans get it back. Tapped ahead by Burke to himself off the far boards into the Czech zone. That pass intended for Tenisienko, and by him, Reed tries to keep it at the line. Now it went to the end boards, and we got a call here. It's a boarding call, and it's going to go against the Czechs. The Spartans will be on the power play. It comes with 10:36 to go in the third period, a 6-1 lead for the Czech select team, and going off will be number 19, Filip Novak. McCarty is out there for the Spartans. Also out there for the Spartans, Aiden Robson and also Reed. Chakrabarty is out there, and also David Coyle on the power play. Off the draw, it's McCarty trying to get to it, but swept away by Panek. Spartans get it back again. It comes around near side, Chakrabarty. Robson steps in near the line. McCarty lost it, and back the other way, it's Folda. But back the other way, Chakrabarty. Chakrabarty trying to feed it toward McCarty. McCarty does grab it far side. Skates it out near the line. Spartans on the power play for another minute 27. McCarty fires and scores from the left wing circle. Emmett McCarty on the goal, power play. It's 6-2. The Czech selects. So nobody could connect on those early power plays. The Czechs have connected on 2, and the Spartans on 1 here. McCarty on the goal. .10:01 to go in the game. Play back in. Teams at full strength. Piskach. Spartans fire it back the other way into the zone by Vivial. Backtracking, it's Orsic. Here's Castino getting a return pass in behind the net. Trying to shovel it in front, knocked away, and it was Bowditch, couldn't control at the line. Backtracking is Sam Knight. Checks with it. They call that unassisted goal. McCarty then snapped in. Piskach knocked away by the Spartans Bukatovs. Now Sam Knight got wrapped up there as the Czechs control. Back out to the left point, Piskach. Now Popple sends it to the left circle, and he hit the post, and then they did score. Initially, it looked like Pouzar hit the post and then came back out. We'll see if he gets credit for the goal. It's 7-2, Czechs. Who's going to get it? Apparently, it's going to be Orsic. Yeah. Well, Uzar does get an assist on it. He hit the post. And Richard Orsic picked up the goal as it went right to him off the post. 7-2, Czechs with 8:48 to go in the game. That's an icing call against the Czechs. 7-2, the Czech University select team. What a fun here today. The exhibition game at the Spartan Arena to get things started in the 2025-26 season. Good way to get things started for Castleton. Cam Reed back. Sends it far side, intended for Atkinson. Chopped out of the zone. Spartans get it back again. It's Klatt that intercepts at his own line. Here's Reed, though, intercepts at center ice. And going to be a offside call. Neo Kucharczyk on the draw for the Czechs, and the Spartans, Marcus Palomo. Fired in from center ice all the way in on Lucas Bukatops as he gloves it and hangs on. Play underway. Ponick sends it around. Klatt waiting, and it eventually is cleared out. This goes the length of the ice. Coming out is Novak, goaltender. Spartans back in their own zone with Percy. Send it to the middle, picked off. Here come the Czechs again. Benish trying to get to it, but cleared out of there by Getzlaff. Now it went ahead to Alla, but it's cleared back out by the Czechs. Benish. That's Matty Benish, and there is a little bit of extracurricular activity here at the red line right in front of us. Jan Vavrik and the Spartans holding Getzlaff. Clock stops with 7:44 to go in the game. It's a 7-2 lead for Czech Select team, and both are going off. Both for roughing. So they're 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. Stepan Riha, who scored the first goal of the game, has got the hat trick to lead the way for Czech University. Here now it's Bernat. The Spartans in transition back the other way. Reed sends it across. Daprich. Now that's intended by to go on the left wing. Chakrabarty. Now Daprich high slot, and save made a beauty by Christian Novak as he hangs on. Cardi, who's got the power play goal for the Spartans on the draw to the right of Novak. And that is all the way into the Spartan zone. Riha looking for goal number 4, trying to chase that down. It's kept in at the point there by Nabalik. Comes all the way around out to center ice, and Cam Reed for the Spartans to McCarty. Back to Reed down low, sticked away by Novak in behind the net, and spinning around back the other way is Folda. Folda with speed up to center ice for the Czechs. Riha on the right wing side. Nice job there on the back check by the Spartans, Cole Matthews, as the Spartans have a player that's been shaken up. 58 seconds left on those matching penalties. Player shaken up for the Spartans is McCarty, but he's back up. Orsak's out there. Yindra's out there. as off the draw, won by the Czechs, but the Spartans have it. And behind their own net, Cole Matthews. Left wing, the pass to Edwards, up to center of the red line. Indra sends it back the other way. Theodore got it up to center, but again, it is Matthews back to Theodore. Back up to Vivial, across for Matthews. Matthews sends it in behind the goaltender and Novak. Over there is Edwards. Matthews trying to get to it. Vivial, high slot, wanted to go back to Edwards, tapped away by Panek. And here come the Czechs back the other way. Trying to poke it ahead there was Neo Charchik. But the Spartans on it now. The matching penalties are over. Both teams at full strength. The pass too far for Vivial. And back is Klatt in his own zone for the Czech Republic. Out to center, it's Castino that picks it off for the Spartans. Klatt gets it back again for the Czech select team. It's cleared all the way into the Spartan zone. And back is Bukatovs. And picked off. That shot from the near side. Popple blocked away. Now coming over now is Baudic to the red line. Fires into the Czech zone. Coming down on 5 minutes to go in the game. 7-2 Czechs. Over there is Edel. He was bumped. Edel getting it back from Werner. It's popped up into the air, and a hit there. It was a Werner hit by Baudic. And Werner has been shaken up. 4:43 to go in the game. 7-2 Czech select team. And Werner being helped off the ice, and hopefully he'll be okay. Back in action before too long. Face-off just outside the Czech zone. Spartans with it at center ice. Getzlaff. Pass goes right by Castino into the Czech zone and cleared back down into the Spartan zone. Robson back for it. Robson chased there by Matty Benish. Robson slides it up to center. It was Alla that knocked it into the zone, but the Czechs back out the other way. Vavrik through traffic, almost got it back again. Vavrik again does eventually get it back at the corner, then to the end boards, and he sent it in behind Tomas Bernat. And the Spartans, though, with it, it was gloved down by Robson. Cross ice pass to Alla. Now out near the line, firing it in wide is Linton. And here come the Czechs the other way. Here's Riha, goes in, and that time the save made by Bukatovs as Stepan Riha was smelling number 4. He's got the hat trick, but that time a save made by Lucas Bukatovs. 3:40 to go in the game. Old ball on the draw for the Czechs, but the Spartans with it. Dapridge sent it far side. Roebuck now onto the stick in the middle to Burke. Rolls toward the far corner. Panek wheels it around in the back. The Spartans got it back for a moment. It was Tanasienko, and as a matter of fact, it went off his stick. The Spartans still with it now. The Czechs with it, and they started back up to center. Here's Riha. But back checking nicely is Cam Reed. Nice play by the Spartan defenseman. Back out to center, and back is Belik. Now Orsak. Spartans now Roebuck trying to shovel it ahead there to Burke. Now Popple with it. Orsic over the line, spins, left circle. Now to the high slot, and that shot rattled in and wide, and it comes back out. That shot by Michael Benish went in wide. Popple giving it up and looking for a return pass. The Spartans, though, clear it out. It's shoveled out to Burke. Burke to the red line, got wrapped up, and finally Vivial sends it into the Czech zone. And they blow the whistle with 2:24 to go in the game. Not sure, that might have gone into the bench area, deflected. But anyway, we're going to have a face-off just outside the Czech zone. Joseph Vivial on the draw there with Michael Benish. Back in the Czech zone. Pass intended for Popple by him. Back is Matthews. Now knocked down is Pouzar, and can't quite control. The Spartans on it with Cedric Theodore. Now a battle, little scrum along the near boards. Trying to handle it was Castino. Theodore sends it up to Edwards, poked away, and back is Matthews. Matthews starts it up the middle for the Spartans. Long pass to Edwards, and Edwards rattles it into the Czech zone. Around is Theodore. Got checked to the corner. Now spun around. That's far side. Maximilian Edel. Now near the line. The Spartans look to keep it in. Number 29 is Castino. Now Vivial and Castino right in front. That goes in wide. Far side. It's Edel. Spartans keeping it at the line with Sam Knight. Now Edwards in behind the net. Edwards right in front. And Mesterhazy there. And rattled it in wide and then went to the ice and tried to regain control, but skating out is Folda. And that goes back into the Spartan zone, and Knight with it. 57 seconds to go in the game. Edel. Spartans now, went to the line there. It was Yindra. Back and forth at center ice. Trickles into the Czech zone. 38 seconds left. Percy is there. Mesterhazy there for the Spartans. Also there is Atkinson. Comes back out to center. Sam Knight dumps it in, and back it is Panek. 24 seconds left. 7-2 Czechs. The pass knocked away, but getting right back again. Benick, but then it's picked off by Mesterhazy for the Spartans. Dropped it into the zone, and the Czechs control the game with 8 seconds to go in the game. Tapped and played by Getzlaff. Trickles into the Czech zone. That is it, and the Czech University selects defeat Castleton here in this exhibition game by a score of 7-2. Whoa, they took that off the scoreboard in a hurry. Somebody in a hurry to get out of here. So the big day there, we got a lot of scoring. We'll wait for the final stats. It'll take a few minutes. Be patient. But we had a good time here, and nice to meet a couple of the folks involved with the Czech University select team. And the star of the game would be Stepan Riha, who had the hat trick. Yeah, we'll just get out of here quickly. Riha from Panic to make it 1-0. Cole Bowditch scored from Jackson Edwards to tie it at 1. And that was in the second period, the 2:51 mark, and then it was the Czechs that took the lead at 2-1 at the 11:25 mark, as getting the goal would be. I just want to look at my notes here. It would be David Roubal. David Ubal from Orsak. That made it 2-1. And then at the 18-17 mark, Stepan Riha, unassisted, would make it 3-1. That was the 18-17 mark of the second period. And then that made it 3-1. And Riha would pick up his third goal, the hat trick at the 141 mark of the third period from Orsak. For the second time, Orsak picking up an assist. That made it 4-1. And the power play goal by Maximilian Edel at the 3:52 mark from Novak and Folda. All right, so we got that officially now. And at the 6:28 mark, a power play goal from Jonas Jobanek from Philip Novak and Popple. That made it 6-1. And that was a power play goal, 2 in a row for the Czechs. And then at the 9:58 mark, power play goal for the Spartans, Emmett McCarty. That was unassisted. And I just lost it here. I'd like if you can. I had the stats there. That was off the computer. And Orsak picking up a goal himself to wrap up the scoring. And let's see. And it was Yaroslav Pouzar that picked up the assist there. Christian Novak had 17 saves for the Czechs. And Lucas Bukatovs had 8 saves for the Spartans, 6 apiece for Charles Watson and Josh Ward. As, again, a good experience here, a good experience for the Spartans. Both teams are mixing it up here at center ice to take a picture, and that's great. So it was a terrific afternoon here at the Spartan Arena, and the Spartans start up the regular season. Of course, we'll have all the action for you here, the home games on Flow Sports coming up, the first year in the Little East Conference. Again, the final of the Czech University Select 7, Vermont State University, Castleton 2, exhibition hockey from the Spartan Arena. And have a good afternoon, everybody.